So why are executives losing power? It's because they cannot look vertically. It's an example why Lego, for example, was losing its competitive edge in the beginning of 2000s, why sometimes corporate culture isn't really working, sometimes why leadership development isn't really effective because people cannot get to the core of a solution. And the principle of Ratzo shuv is explaining you how this works. So most leaders can only look vertically, look at skills, look at competencies, look at action plans. But when we apply the principle of Ratzo shuv, we start to look vertically and really can get to the core of an issue, and then solving problems and creating value will be much easier. So let me explain how it works, really the principle of Ratzo shuv. So Ratzo shuv means going up, increasing consciousness, getting to the core of an issue, and then shuv means returning, grounding it in reality, elevating, grounding. Now, if we look at Lego in the 2000s, Lego was facing difficulties, and only when the new CEO, Jürgen Vic Knutstorp, came, he looked at the core, he went up to a higher level of consciousness, and he says, we have too many products we're selling, we're losing our core, we need to get back to our core product. So they started making only the brick, the Lego brick, the famous Lego brick, because before they were expanding in theme parks and in video games, they simplified the amount of bricks, and from this core they started to create new partnerships. And I believe it was with Star Wars and it was with Harry Potter. And now Lego is one of the most successful companies, I think in their field, number one. So the principle of Ratzo and shuv is when we do Ratzo, we look on a higher level of strategic thinking. We look on a higher level of culture. But behind this is the tree of life. So we go up into the worlds of Kabbalah. We go from Asiya, we go to Yetzirah, we go to Bria, we go to Atzilut. Must be modest with Atzilut, but we start to get to the core of consciousness. And when we get to this core of consciousness, our higher level of strategic thinking is solving the very pragmatic problems. And there are many examples that we can use it. I also know a corporate culture, and they did all their core values and they had them everywhere. And after a while, working there, experience it, I saw that one of their organizational patterns was not aligned with their core values. So what does it mean? They're very caring culture and everybody was having a good time being together. Yet on the other side, they always wanted to take decisions by consensus. Everybody wanted to talk about it. It was okay if decisions were not being made. It was okay if there was no follow-up. So the implementation of strategy took always way longer because there was no really decision-making culture. And I saw this at all levels of leadership development. And this is the principle of Ratzo shuv. We need to sometimes go up, get to the core of an issue, and then we need to bring it down into tangible plans how to deal with it. And it sounds so simple, but let me contrast it with reality. Only 20% of the leaders are purpose-driven. Only 23% of the people are engaged, according to Gallup. I believe 70% of the transformation in an organization don't yield to any positive result. So I really believe that when we look up, elevate from a higher place, from a bigger picture, and then we relate it to the core power of an organization, to the purpose of an organization, to the competitive advantage, to our deep drive, deep willpower, then we are much more successful in getting results.